Hey, I know this is not exactly woodworking, but it does involve some woodworking techniques. I recently replaced my headlights and fog lights. Check it out.
So what I have here are a set of fog lights off my 2008 F-250. Anyway, changed the fog lights out, and when I went to put this bolt with this spring back into this dude, this thing is plastic, and with the spring that's pretty strong, well, and fine thread, it's stripped. So I need to make something better than this dude. Plastic, can't believe it.
Sometimes I like repairing things or making things, fixing things almost out of spite because I know that I can make something better than factory, right? And I know a lot of times it won't take very long. So let's see what we can do here. So the original piece of plastic was kind of square and it fit into this cradle. So I just took a piece of aluminum and cut that at the table saw and maybe my chop saw. I have videos on cutting aluminum, and that part was pretty straightforward.
All right, there's my blocks, and this is the bolt. It's metric. It's a 5mm by 0.8 thread tap, and this thing calls for a 4.3mm drill bit. That's hard to read. 11/64 or 1/6/8. Love this little drill index. Really, you know, small increments, graduations from 1 to 60, I believe. So let's see. There we go, 0.169. That dude right there. But check this out. Tiny graduations. Really fantastic when you need accurate drill bits. Hey, where's that one? Oh, that's the one I just moved. Okay. Yeah, man. Let's drill it.
Drilled, tapped the threads. Also very straightforward, especially with aluminum, right?
So here I'm cutting a little rectangle, 1.14 inches by 0.563, 9/16. And that will be to accommodate one of these dudes in a block of wood. I'll show you what I mean here in a bit.
Now, of course, this rectangular hole could be cut with, you know, some overlapping holes with a Forstner bit and then square up the corners with a chisel. A lot of ways to do this. I have the Shaper Origin, which is a fantastic method of being super accurate. It's also really fun and pretty quick. So that's what I used. I progressively worked my way down till I had the 5/16 or the 9/16 depth. And I'm always surprised as to the versatility of this incredible machine. Not only is it quick and easy, it's always fun. So obviously it's impossible for a circular cutter to make a square inside corner, but right where the intersecting lines of a corner meet, that could be the center point for a radius. Lots of ways to do things. So this is typically how CNC technology gets around that. You can see the intersecting lines of the corner and then a hole punch to create that relief. I believe that I have switched from a 1/4 inch router bit to an 1/8 inch for smaller radiuses. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, I don't remember. Anyway, I needed a chisel to clean up the corners, and now I have a pretty good fit.
All right, so I got one in there. I've cut this to height. I cut it a little bit short, so I just added a couple of washers. And now, drive this guy home. Boom. That'll hold it secure. I'm going to cut these straight, and we can start making this little square that will protrude past the aluminum block. This will all make sense in here in a bit. But yeah, just need to change a blade on my table saw, put on a non-ferrous blade, and make some cuts.
All right, and here, using the plastic stripped piece as a reference, I made some layout lines. So where my layout marks are, there's going to be a raised area, but it's offset in relation to the length of this little block. So I just centered those layout marks in the block of wood. So this thing needs to be fairly accurate, right? We want it to fit. And I noticed that I was off just a little bit. So rather than moving my little stop block, I decided to do something else. I absolutely love this little trick. One thickness of masking tape is 4/1000. So apparently here it looked like I needed about a 64th. So 4 pieces of tape, about 15 or 16 thou. And I've effectively moved that over without having to readjust that little stop. Lots of ways to do this. This works for me.
All right, you might find this comical. I find it effective. And so I made these not too long ago. I've been using them a lot. 4 layers of tape, 16.5 thou, 6 layers, 7 layers, 5 layers, 3 layers, 13.5 thou. Super effective. You know, I have feeler gauges, but feeler gauges are usually contained in a holder, and to use just one is sometimes awkward. But I use these all the time, setting up routers, Panta router, Tablesaw, here at the router table. Yep, very effective, very simple. I love solutions like that.
After checking the crosscut location, made both cuts. Then I just had to hollow out the rest. Super simple, and maybe I'm weird, but also very fun. This turned out to be a fantastic idea because a rectangular hole in the block of wood held a piece of aluminum secure. In addition, the threaded bolt, of course, held it in place. I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere and would be super safe to cut at the table saw. And that is what I was after. So yeah, totally worth it. Didn't take too long to make 2 of them. It came out great.
How awesome is that? No more plastic. It's aluminum, so it won't rust. And 1/2 inch of thread.
Man, I got to tell you, I find it extremely satisfying being able to make little repairs like this that are better than what I could have bought. I mean, you know, and a lot of times it makes me think, I found these online and I could have bought new ones, which came with a whole bracket and everything. But it also made me think, what's the chance of this, being a problem again? Probably pretty high, right? So when I first removed the fog light housing, I had measured the distance of the threads on the adjustment screw. And so I just put it back close to that so I didn't have a lot of adjustment once I put it back in the vehicle.
Plastic, pieces of crap, aluminum, aluminium, badass.
All right, so here's a before shot of my foggy fog lights, right? You can see there must have been a break in the seal. There's moisture inside. Totally useless. And here's an after shot. I also changed out the headlights. These are Morimoto brand. I absolutely love them. Beautiful white light just floods the road. Anyway, thanks a ton for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. Remember to click, like, subscribe, learn,